everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with my official review for Arrow Season 4, Episode 23, titled Schism. Now, of course, if you haven't seen this episode, please go check it out because this review may contain spoilers. But that being said, let's get into my official review for the Arrow Season 4 finale. Yes, the Season 4 finale is officially here, and I'm here to give you my personal thoughts on it. Now, granted, right before I get into the finale of this season, I didn't really do a review for last week's episode, mostly due to the fact that I didn't have enough time in the week to do it. So if I can give my personal thoughts on it, I liked the action. I thought the fight sequences, including Arrow and Diggle, was pretty cool. Other than that, the entire episode was kind of bafflingly stupid, and it ended with a real, like, okay, what the fuck's going to go on in the finale? But with that being said, let's get into the actual finale. I actually am very surprised to see where it went. I mean, I did not expect the episode, or at least the season, to, I guess, end on a really good closing note for upcoming seasons and, future storylines. I really expected the finale for the season to be a gigantic pile of shit. And as I've made very clear in my previous reviews and personal thoughts for Arrow, I did state that if Arrow Season 4 was not good, I would stop watching Arrow completely. I would drop the show. I would never review it or check it out again. Kind of similar to how I kind of did to The Walking Dead because of how much I really didn't like Season 3 of Arrow. However, I can honestly say that even though Season 4 of Arrow wasn't a home run all the way through, it was a pretty consistent season, and it was at least a much more better upgrade from Season 3, which I completely, to this day, still despise with a passion. But at the end of the day, this finale for Season 4 was actually pretty good. I mean, there was some great action, there was some great dialogues, there was some great interactions between characters, there was a legitimate threat that was, very much upcoming, that would destroy the entire world, let alone the city of Star City. So there was a lot of things for these characters to take down, and of course the climactic epic finale of Oliver versus Damien Darhk. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that kind of, I don't want to say cliffhanger, but definitely ends the story of what we kind of went through in this season, which is obviously the Oliver Damien Darhk, overall confrontation. I think the finale battle with them was pretty good. I feel like when you have a character like Damien Darhk and the way they used his powers was definitely inconsistent. However, the way they ended it off was actually pretty good. Although it does kind of give me a little bit of fear for upcoming future seasons and storylines with Arrow, considering the fact that this is the second season where Arrow has pretty much killed off the main villain of said season to end off the season. I mean, they did it last time with Ra's al Ghul, and now they did it again with Damien Darhk. They pretty much killed him off. So I'm kind of guessing where they're going to go from here. Like, is this going to be like the new thing? Like, whenever Oliver can't take down a specific villain like Malcolm or Slade Wilson, he's just going to kill him off? I feel like that's just a weird way to go, especially with the way the superhero genre is working in today's, world. So it's a weird thing, but overall I personally think, that the confrontation and the overall story arc between these two characters really ended off good, except for the whole, oh, now I'm going to kill you, you're dead. It just, I feel like there should have been something cooler, but then again, it is what it is. When you have an actor like Neil, who's obviously going to do multiple other projects outside of this one, so it makes sense that, yeah, they're probably not going to bring him back, maybe in flashbacks or, little tiny cameos in future seasons, but beyond that, yeah, I guess it would make sense to just kill him off, kind of how they did with Ra's al Ghul. But with that being said, the other subplots was really interesting. Obviously, they give a lot to Felicity and Curtis to try and stop this upcoming nuclear holocaust that's coming towards Star City, which I feel like should have been a little bit more extensive. That was kind of a letdown. Obviously, it's a TV budget, so you're not going to have a really cool epic scenario of we need to take down all these multiple thousand missiles that are heading towards the Earth and pretty much going to blow us all to hell. It is what it is. It's a TV budget, I get it, but I feel like they could have done more with them, especially if that was the big major subplot outside of Oliver versus Darhk. But it is what it is, and of course, on that side plot, you have Diggle dealing with his own problems, you have, Captain Lance dealing with his problems, and just everything in between. So that's pretty much the season finale of Season 4. And at the end of the day, I just have a lot of optimism for Arrow going on. I mean, like, for me personally, I just cannot believe how much I really enjoyed myself with the finale. I feel like it was going to be a pile, and it ended up being actually pretty decent and somewhat actually watchable and pretty cool. And I have to admit, the action was really great. I mean, the freaking kick-ass... I love the incorporation of having the city actually listen to Oliver, because I feel like that's something that's heavily missing with a lot of superhero stuff, which is the superhero talking to the people and making them their own heroes, you know. And I feel like they kind of did that with other stuff and other superhero movies and TV shows and stuff. So I like the fact that they incorporated that with season 4 finale of Arrow, where they have Oliver in the middle of the city, kind of like giving a speech, which was actually pretty good. Other than the fact that I wasn't really completely big on Stephen Amell's performance with the speech, it was still a really good scenario, and it was really nice to incorporate the entire city, and especially with the final battle at Dark, with the whole city like, we're going to take on the ghosts. It was very Dark Knight Rises, if you will, except, you know, on a TV budget, so, you know, it is what it is, but overall, I like it when they incorporate stuff like that. However, with all that being said and done, looking into the future of Arrow, obviously there's a lot of questions. Team Arrow has basically been disbanded. Lance is leaving with Felicity's mom for, I guess, reasons, because she's great. I guess, I don't know. Someone explain to me the importance of Felicity's mom, please. And then, of course, Diggle is leaving to find himself, I guess, because, you know, he can't deal with the fact that he killed, and he doesn't like that. And now his wife is killing. It's like a really weird, wacky situation inside of his head. So he's leaving. Thea, obviously, has a lot of fucking problems. She's I mean, like, if she wasn't a junkie, I don't know what the fuck else could happen with her character beyond this, but she's leaving. So pretty much all of Team Arrow is disbanded, with the exception of the core members of, obviously, Oliver and Felicity. So I guess all the Felicity fans looking forward will have a lot of really good episodes to love and appreciate and basically react to on YouTube over freaking Arrow Season 5 or whatever hell happens with Arrow moving forward from this season. But at the end of the day, it was a pretty good, season finale. The battles were great, the action was great, the effects were really good. I was surprised to see how good the effects were. The subplots were actually pretty decent and consistent. And the way they, pretty much ended this season with Oliver becoming mayor of the city, basically, all of Team Arrow disbanding and leaving it to the core members of Oliver and Felicity, it definitely gives me a lot of optimism to check out Season 5 or whatever the hell CW has planned, because we all know that they have tons of plans now that Supergirl is at CW. There's lots of superhero Justice League stuff and what have you. So it is what it is, but I'm definitely optimistic and very looking forward to all this kind of interesting stuff in the future. But at the end of the day, my final verdict for the Season 4 finale of Arrow has to be a solid 8 out of 10. It was a good season finale. Maybe not my favorite. Obviously, the Season 2 finale is still my favorite out of all the seasons of Arrow. But at the end of the day, Season 4 was maybe not the greatest season of Arrow, but at least it was better than Season 3. And that's really the best thing I can say about it, because I did state, if this season would suck, I would stop watching Arrow. And it didn't suck. I mean, some aspects did suck, but overall it was a pretty decent season. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. But that being said and done, quick little updates. Obviously, I haven't been doing a lot of superhero reviews as of late. I haven't done my Supergirl Legends of Tomorrow and, of course, my Flash finales review. A lot of that has to do to the fact that I'm so backed up with TV shows and binge watching that it's kind of hard to stay consistent with all these stuff. And plus, I'm such a dummy, I forgot to check out the Flash finale. So obviously that is a big thing I need to talk about. But overall, more than likely, the Flash finale review will come out the day after this review's posted. And of course, for my Supergirl and/or Legends of Tomorrow finale reviews will either come out next week, and if not by next week, probably never come out at all. So I guess that's, some kind of form of, updates I can really pretty much give off. And with that being said, I don't know if I'm going to do any recaps for Arrow and Flash the way I did with Arrow Season 3 and Flash Season 1. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, but we'll see what happens. But overall, with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed my review, and comment below and let me know what you personally think. And also let me know what you think will happen with Season 5 of Arrow in the future of these characters. Granted, Arrow is now disbanded to its core members of Oliver and Felicity. Whatever happened to Damien Dark's daughter? What's going to happen with her? I don't know. I just started thinking about that. Like, she's an orphan now, so I guess this is a good, segue to, like, speculate for future seasons, which is, what is the next threat for Arrow Season 5? What could that be? For me personally, if I'm not going to do a recap and I can do that here in this review, the best thing I think Arrow can go from here, after the global scale that they kind of went for in Season 4, I think the best way they can go for Season 5 as a threat for Oliver and the rest of Team Arrow, and of course with Flash and Legends and Supergirl, because hell, we all know they're going to be incorporated. I feel like the best way to go with Arrow Season 5 as a threat has to be to level down and ground the next villain. I feel like they should go for like a Civil War kind of thing. Granted, I know that they can't really do that with a character like Oliver because the rest of the characters in the TV DC stuff are superheroes with legitimate powers, so that's going to be weird for Oliver, but I feel like it would be kind of cool if we have either like a Civil War with superheroes fighting each other kind of a season to look forward to, especially now that Supergirl is in here. Or we can go for like another aspect of Civil War, which is like having a character who's been saved by these superheroes but has a lot of, animosity towards these characters and a lot of hatred for these characters for what they've done. They have these powers, they have these abilities, they can do whatever they want, and this threat, if you will, this new antagonist hates that and wants to take that away from them by pitting them up against each other. I feel like that could be a really good aspect. I know that's basically me copying a lot of Civil War, but what can I say? Civil War was so fucking good. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, so I don't know. I want to see more stuff like that. But let me know what you think about that. Let me know your personal thoughts on the Season 4 finale and your personal expectations and speculations for future seasons, specifically Season 5 of Arrow. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jonk12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Jonk12.